Paul, what do you make of tonight's performance then?
What do you make of it?
I personally thought it was a deserved point and a very hard-earned point.
Totally agree with you. Totally agree. I thought we were very, very good first half. I think we become disappointed at half time to not be winning. And then obviously the fact that we conceded a goal, which is disappointing from us point of view, because we don't really like. I don't like conceding from set pieces. We spent a lot of time on it. I think it was a foul on Loom. Gizzard's all over him. But then again, you know, we got spurred on by the crowd. You know, I thought that bounce back ability from us players, we never gave in, and thoroughly deserved to get the equaliser from Jeff. I thought was outstanding. You know, really, really was. And yeah, it just shows. I mean, you know, it's funny because the lads are in the change rooms, you know, and they're disappointed not won the game. And I'm thinking that's how far, you know, we've kind of come. We're actually playing one of the top teams in the league in Norwich, who would definitely be up there, you know. And we're disappointed we not come away with 3 points. So that's a good thing. It's a good kind of mentality to have. But no, you're right, John. I think, you know, we had a penalty, blatant penalty. Can't handle his hand, handled it from the throw. Referee's not seen it, the linesman's not seen it. And this is the problem when you haven't got VAR in the Championship. That's in the Premier League. It's a stonewall penalty, and we 1-0 up. So that disappointed me. They've got to see those things. They're major things. So very disappointing in that. But overall, you know, you're playing a team that's come down from the Premier League. Got some good top players, top manager, and we competed with them, you know, and didn't look out of place. And I said to the players before the game, this is going to be a great test for you. You know, go and embrace it. You know, enjoy it. There's no pressure on you, no expectations, but there's expectations from yourself and there's expectations from the manager. And you know, and I thought we wouldn't have done that. You know, it's the most pleasing thing. You know, when you look at, you know, Sunderland. You know, we didn't compete. We wasn't at it. You know, and there's many reasons for that. But I said to you, if we were at it, then we'd give anyone a game. Anyone.
It's been quite a turnaround, isn't it, those early season defeats, those 4-0s, and I mean, you know, there's still obviously a long way to go, but it does show that sort of the collective effort is really there now, isn't it?
Listen, I think you know, you think about, you know, and I don't really go back to those 4-0s, but that's gone. Let it move on now. You know, I keep reverting back to, you know, negative things. But the thing is that, as I said, we just keep competing and fighting for every point we can, and you know, who knows what's going to happen? Who knows? You know, we win some, lose some, we get smashed some. Who knows? You know, the thing is, it was nice to get a point today. I think it's the first draw we've had this season, so that's nice, and it just keeps the momentum going into a tough game at QPR.
See their goal. There was a possible handball. Have you seen that as well? Sargent, I think it looked like,
for their goal.
It looked like Lumley was complaining to the referee about.
Yeah. I think he was complaining about two things: about the handball and about the way they was all over Mamadou. But we didn't get much from the referee today. We saw that. Sometimes when you have these kind of teams, like bigger teams like Norwich, you know, we felt that, you know, he was very. I don't say too much, but I just think some decisions he got wrong. And but listen, I'm not going to complain. It's a tough job for officials. It's a tough job. I'm just pleased we got a point. I'm pleased because I kind of looked at this game and I kept defying me because I looked at this game and thought I was a bit concerned. You know, obviously no Yidden, no Naby, you know, no Shane Long, and you know, playing the same players against a top team. Ask them to go and press high from the start. You know, you kind of. Well, I should know better because I know what I get from my team. If they do it right, then they do it right. So I was a little bit concerned, but I thought we were outstanding today. You know, and then again, we still got to learn that when we are hanging on not to drop too deep, because against these teams they play 1 and 2 touches. They got people getting in behind you, players running off you, and we nearly could have lost it with a header. It just went past the post. But we're learning all the time. We're growing all the time, and you know, we're going to make mistakes, all of us, myself, everyone, but we're learning as we go along. The most important thing, we've got a great team spirit.
So year on the injuries, that long term? Or?
No, I think he might at a push. It'd be okay for QPR at a push. If not, it'll be next week against West Brom.
Okay. And that's obviously a really exciting game to look forward to there. I think they're fourth in the league, so that's it'll be another really tough test, won't it?
It's a tough test. It's a tough test, especially when you're kind of relying on the same 13, 14 players. You know, it was nice to get Siobi at 20 minutes. But yeah, we have to go again with those same players. I thought Junior was outstanding. Really did. You know, his first half he was unplayable. Van Cal, unplayable. But Junior, you kind of think, you know, he's a winger, you know what I mean? And he's playing left wing back, he's playing right wing back, and, you know, he doesn't moan, comes in, trains, great pro, and, you know, his work rate, and he can do both sides of it. Mm-hmm. And the first half, he was just causing Byram so many issues, and we should have got 2 goals on the back of it. So I don't have to single people out, but I thought Junior, you know, he's a credit. You know, he's just a credit. I just love him because it's just what he gives me every time. You know, he just gives me every time, and he's the type of players we need at this club. Next.
Paul, but it was a good win on Saturday. We saw that one. Do you think the players will get a different sort of belief and confidence from having gone toe to toe with, you know, one of the real favourites tonight? Yeah,
I think you're right. Listen, I think with these players, I think. As I said, as we're growing in the games that we play, and there's going to be, you know, bumps along the road, you know, as I said. But the fact that we can compete with one of the, as you say, one of the favourites who should go up, should stand us in good stead. That means, you know, we feel that we can, if we're on it, it's only if we're on it, we can compete with anybody, whether Norwich or Burnley, it doesn't matter. West Brom, I don't care. If we're on it, we can compete with any team. Not saying we're going to win every game, but it must be a nice feeling that when you're playing a team like that. And listen, they're a different team. You know, they're very talented. They've got some top players. Play some lovely football. You know, that's where we want to be. Hopefully, in a couple of years' time. You know, financially. So to get a point against a very top team can only build bricks. Can only build confidence. And it's important because this week I thought it was going to be a tough week. You know, I thought if we can get 6 points, maybe it'd be a great return. But to get 4 points in the first 2 games, you know, it just keeps the momentum going and. Takes us into a tough game at Loftus Road on Friday night.
You were able to bring Lucas and Obi on off the bench. You turned there, still had like Nato sat on the bench. It must feel nice to sort of the squad's beginning to bulk out. You know, you've got options now.
Yeah, I think so. I think Ovi's great to have Ovi back. You know, we missed him. And you look at it from a midfield point of view. You know, we're very short with those type of players. And you look at the back, we've literally got 3 centre-halves. 3 centre-halves. So if we were to lose a centre-half, we're in trouble. You know, that's where we are. So, and yeah, you know, I think up front we're fine. You know, we've got choices up front, but I think, you know, I don't keep wanting to play Thomas as a number 10. You know, I don't want to play that. Sometimes I want to change the system, but sometimes we can't because we haven't got the personnel to do it. So getting Ovi back is a big plus. Hopefully we'll have Yids back next week or the week after. Shane's just started doing some running, so he'll come back. But yeah, we're still light on the ground. You know, look at a bench again, we've still got kids on there. But listen, it served us well, you know, and the lads are in good spirits, and, you know, we just got to keep trying to pick up as many points, Jimmy, as we can.
Yeah, you demanded more from your subs sort of after Saturday. I mean, what did you make of the ones that came on today?
Perfect, just what I just wanted, and I thought Mamo and Ty didn't play, who I weren't happy with on Saturday. I thought they were brilliant. You know, I think it's, they're still young. They're still young kids. They're still learning. You know, still 21 on all that lot. You know, so they're still learning and they make mistakes on the way. But I thought today, you know, they were very, very good, and it was a tough test for them to come into that game. So, but the demands have to stay the same. You can't change the demands of a football team because they're young. You know, you still have to put demands on them how we want to play. And I thought first half we were very, very good. Tetsuka thought we passed well. We knew they'd play with 3 10s, very narrow. So we knew, you know, if we can get it out to our right side centre half or left side centre half, we'll have so much room down the flanks. And that worked a treat, to be fair. Just a case of shame we didn't get a few goals out of it. But, you know, it's a great result. It's a really good result for us.
Paul, do you think other teams in the league are starting to sort of pay Redden a bit more respect with regards to sort of, not necessarily position in the league, but just performances? I mean, Dean was just in here pretty happy with a point, and like you say, they're a team that are going to be going for promotion. But maybe other teams so far this season haven't given your side the credit that's necessarily deserved.
You know what? That is such a great question. Really, really is. I was sitting. I'll tell you why it is, because I was sitting watching Football League highlights the other day on Saturday night, and they were talking about our game Huddersfield against Reading. And all I was talking about was Huddersfield. You know, if we win a game, Huddersfield are terrible. You know, and we don't get any mention. You know, next day I look in the papers, they're talking about Huddersfield. Jurgen Klinsmann nothing about us. And maybe that's the way it should be. Maybe we want to be that way. But you're right in what you said. We're not getting enough credit for what we've done, or the players are not getting the players are not getting enough credit for what we've done under the circumstances, under the embargo, under the restriction, under the injuries. If it'd been any other team, they'd be going chatting from the rooftops. And you're actually spot on. You know, it probably drives us on, which it does. You know, but I'm glad you said that, because sometimes it just aches me a bit sometimes, and I have to say, no, leave it. We just go under the radar. We'll just keep getting points and keep performing, and hopefully, you know, get enough points to stay in this league, and then we go again for the second phase. So we've got a long way to go. You know, it's a long, hard season, so things can change rapidly. But today was a good result for us, good performance, and we're not always going to win games, but if we perform well, I can deal with the results. I can live with getting beat. I can live with, you know, winning. But you're right, we said the performance has been great under the circumstances. Again today, we got no Naby Sarr, no Udom, players who play at the back. So no, I'm glad you said that, because that's my response to it. Cheers, guys.